guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Walking Dead. Sorry it's just a little bit late, like a half an hour late. I actually just did a review for Agree to Disagree, so if you want to check out different people's opinions, I'm on that show. Go check it out. We reviewed this episode. They're a good friend of mine, so definitely go check out their channel. TV reviews, movie reviews, everything. And that review for The Walking Dead will be annotated, so go check that out. But let's talk about The Walking Dead this week. We get to see two major stories, I would say. We get to see Michonne and Carl working together again. I think that's where they're at their best. Michonne opens up a little and she's able to talk about her past, and Carl still upset about Judith and everything, so he's trying to settle down and process, I guess, the apocalypse at the same time and what that means to be in an apocalypse. So they bond a little. Rick is in the house trying to rest, and the savages come in. So will Rick survive? How he survives? Is that tension in that part of the episode? Then we get to see our new character, Abraham, and he is a military guy, and he wants to go to Washington to try to figure out how to stop this zombie apocalypse. How did this happen? Find the origins. And Glenn just wants to find Maggie, so that's the tension between those two. And in the end, Glenn's gonna find Maggie, and then Abraham's like, alright, and when you find Maggie, maybe we can go to Washington and do what I want to do. But it seems like they're all gonna be following each other. And end of the episode for Michonne and Carl, they are walking down the train tracks to find, I guess, a new community. There's been signs all over the place saying, oh, if you're alive, come here. And it seems like a lot of the groups have found that sign and they're going towards there. So they probably will find each other in a couple episodes or the end of the season. What did I think about this episode? I liked it. It was a solid episode. Was it the best thing in the world? No, but I think this was a good, not filler episode, but yeah, kind of filler episode. It was solid. It was a good episode. We got some good moments with Michonne. Was definitely my favorite about this episode. Her opening up. And if she opens up to other people, I'll get upset because I feel it took her so long to open up to Carl and Rick. Yeah, I thought that was the entertaining thing about Michonne in this episode, is that she finally was able to open up, especially to Carl. But she starts opening up to, like, say, Tyrese, I'd be upset, because it's like, oh, I'm just going to open up about my family, because I just did. I think that was the special bond Carl and Michonne and Rick has, because I feel like they do have a friendship. Michonne was friends with everybody, but she really had a core family friendship with Rick and Carl, especially since she sees her son in Carl. So I like that. I really like that relationship. And if Michonne and Rick end up together in the end, I wouldn't actually mind, because I like that family aspect in this episode. So I like that portion. Carl was less annoying. I didn't love, obviously, Carl in the return episode from the mid-season finale. But I thought he was less annoying here. And that's mostly because of Michonne. It was mostly Michonne's story, and Carl was there pretty much someone to talk to. I love the Cheese Whiz portion of this episode where Michonne's just like, I have some Cheese Whiz, and here, Carl, do you want it? She's trying to be funny, you know. We really get to see a softer side of Michonne, which I really like. Obviously really liked Michonne's portion of this episode. Glenn was cool. I like, which we talk about on Agree to Disagree, so I'm not going to talk about it here, but I love the romance between Maggie and Glenn and that hope. So, yeah, again, if you want to hear more about that, go to the review for Agree to Disagree. But yeah, I really like that Glenn is really searching for Maggie, and that's his story, you know. Those are my two favorite characters of the show. I mean, I like Beth, I like Maggie, Glenn, Daryl, but I really like those two. I really do. And I like the journey that they've been going on to try to find each other, which is a shame that we didn't get to see Maggie in this episode, because I think there would have been even more tension if we get to see Glenn trying to search for Maggie and Maggie's trying to search for Glenn. That would have been like the torn lovers trying to find each other. I think that would have added a little bit more tension to this episode. Abraham was cool. We didn't find out much about him, but I like that we're going into a new direction for a story of this government and trying to find out what the zombies are all about. That's something that I've been waiting for with The Walking Dead. How did these zombies come? Because it's mostly a show about survival. They don't really question it. Now question it. Figure out how to cure the world. And, you know, they've kind of given up on that. They explored that a lot in season 1, but they've given up on it because they have to survive. So it's interesting to bring back that idea that I loved so much from season 1 that made me feel like this was more of a science fiction type show, I guess, to try to figure out exactly how did this all happen. And I love origin stories, so glad to see that. So I enjoyed that portion of the story. Hopefully they continue with it, or they dabble it around during the season and then really conquer it in another season. I'm fine with that, but keep it there. Keep that hope, keep that story driving somehow. And I think Abraham's character is going to keep that story going for a little while. So overall, solid episode. Was it my favorite? No, not a lot of tension this episode, but I thought the Rick under the bed portion was pretty tense. And the Michonne part was great. Glenn's part was okay. And overall, okay episode. Again, I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was pretty good, and can't wait to see Beth and Daryl next episode, so that should be interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the rant situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.